How to implement stack using queue? To know the answer of this question, watch this video till the end. As in the diagram, we can see that there are two queues, Q1 and Q2. For implementing stack using queue, we need two queues. As we know that in queue, the element that we insert first is the first element to be deleted, and for stack, the element that we insert first is the last element to be deleted. What we do for implementing stack using queue is that we bring the elements from Q1 to Q2 except the last element. This last element is not brought into Q2. So how will you identify this last element? We know that from the front index pointer deletion is performed, and from the rear index pointer insertion is performed. So when front equal to rear, that means that is the last element. So the last element is not brought into Q2 and it is popped out. See, for stack, the last element that we insert is the first element to be retrieved. So the same thing is happening here. In the second step, we can see that the Q1 is empty as the elements have been brought to Q2. In Q2 we have A, B and C. In the similar way, we bring the elements from Q2 to Q1. Like A is brought here, B is brought here. But leaving the last element, that is C, is not brought here. It is directly popped out. As you can see that C after D, C is the next element which is popped out. So after D, C is popped out. So now A goes to Q1 and B also goes to Q1 and C is popped out. In the next step, in Q1 we have elements A and B and Q2 is empty. Just like the previous step, we bring the elements from Q1 to Q2 except the last element. For in this case, the last element is B. So this last element is popped out and the remaining elements are brought into Q2. So in the final step, we have a empty Q1 and in Q2 we have A. This element being the last one is finally popped out. So at first we saw that D is popped out, in the second step C is popped out, in the third step B is popped out, and in the final stage A is popped out.